Hello, and welcome to the Art of Living Well podcast. I'm Stephanie Mae Potter, and I'm here with my co-host, Marnie Dotches-Marmette.
We created the Art of Living Well podcast to empower you to live your happiest, healthiest, and most authentic life. Each week, we will bring you inspiring and motivating conversations covering health and wellness topics, including fitness, mindset, food, travel, product reviews, and strategies from a variety of experts, including our own bank of knowledge.
We are excited to educate, motivate, and inspire you to change the way you perceive health and discover your art of living well. Get ready to feel inspired.
Stephanie and I had such an amazing experience last week. We went to Healing Elements Yoga and Massage Studio in St. Anthony Park, which is really on the cusp of St. Paul and Minneapolis. And we went there and we took just a wonderful yoga class. We each had our, own massages. I had like an integrated massage, which I've never had before. And the therapist was so wonderful. What did you have?
I had a deep tissue and I had so much inflammation going on in my body. It was wonderful, wonderful. Probably one of the best massages I've had. It's such a welcoming community too, Marnie. Like we sat before our massage and yoga class and we had tea. They have like a little, tea coffee shop area and a retail space.
Which had the cutest little things. Like I could just spend time kind of browsing around in there.
Yes.
And it's such an authentic place. Like you really could feel that welcoming community and
just inclusiveness and connectedness, really.
And they have so many different services they offer. They have all different kinds of yoga classes, meditation classes, massage therapy. They're doing workshops and special events.
And you can actually sign up to have like a massage membership. So if you are someone that...
Which is so cool.
Yes. So Healing Elements has an amazing offer for all of our listeners. First-time customers can receive a 1 week of unlimited yoga classes for free and $15 off a massage treatment. Head on over to our show notes and you'll get the promo code. You can either book online or you can call the studio.
I cannot wait to go back.
Either can I.
Hi, welcome to episode 21 of the Art of Living Well podcast. First of all, happy April Fool's Day.
So it's April Fool's Day, and Marnie, you mentioned to me in passing the other day that you have a funny story about something that your kids did.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
On you.
Was it last year or I think it was 2 years ago. They got me in such a way. It was crazy. So what happened is I was like down in the kitchen in the morning, racing out the door, getting kids breakfast, getting ready to leave. And I was trying to send texts. I'm in all these different carpools, or I'm not anymore. But at the time I was in all these different carpools and the kids have all these different activities. And I was trying to send all these texts, and every time I type a word, my phone would change it to another word. So like if I typed carpool, it would change it to cat poo. And if I typed Zach, it would change it to Zeke, or like it would just automatically change what I was typing.
You were probably going nuts.
I was getting so frustrated. So I would have to manually hit, how it gives you options on the bottom of your phone, for every little text I was sending out. It was making me crazy. Okay, the day goes by. This is happening now. Probably 3 days later, it's still happening. All these crazy things. Dance was I don't remember all the words, but they were goofy words. They were words that I would never type.
Right.
So I'm like, something is wrong with my phone. And it's playing a joke on me, or what's going on here? So I was Googling it. And it turns out you can go into the keyboard settings of your phone and you can say, if you type this word, the shortcut for the word is this word. So my kids went into my phone and they looked at they know what words I use often, and they changed all of those words into goofy words. And I mean,
that's hysterical. I want to do that actually for my kids.
the best prank anybody has ever done to me, but I was so frustrated for those 3 days. I can't even tell you. I mean, I was like screaming at my phone.
So how did they finally fess up? And
well, I told them that I'm like, somebody did something to my phone because I was like Googling it, trying to figure out what was going on. Finally, I got into my keyboard and saw the changes. I'm like, okay, who did this to me?
Right.
And Jordan was in on it too, like all of them.
That's
and it
awesome.
was, yeah.
That's very good. Well, I don't have anything quite so entertaining to share, but maybe I'll do something like that with my kids.
Yeah, you should
Who knows?
try it and see how it goes. It was pretty funny though in retrospect.
Oh, totally.
Anyway, today we're talking about clean beauty.
Yes.
And I know a lot of people have so many questions on this topic and it's confusing, right? Like
I think it's more confusing than reading the ingredient labels of your food.
Yes.
Which a lot of people are, that's a whole education process in and of itself. But it's like, why do we need to be worried about it, right? Because isn't someone out there regulating the ingredients in these products that are sold in the United States?
And actually, like, really, they're not. I mean,
Which is the scary
U.S. hasn't passed a major federal law governing the cosmetics industry since 1938.
And that's crazy when I learned that statistic. But what's even, crazier is that in the European Union, there are over 1,400 ingredients and harmful chemicals that are either banned or restricted from the personal care products.
Mm-hmm.
How many do you think the United States has banned?
I know it's a very small number.
30.
Which is, like, that's actually insane when you think about it. Like, I don't understand why we're so behind these other countries on these issues.
I don't either, and I think there's an assumption by people that if there's a product on the store shelf that it must be safe, because why would a company knowingly include a harmful chemical?
Right. I mean, that would be my assumption until I, kind of dove into this topic and really started learning about it. I would assume anything that I would buy that I'm putting in my skin would be fine. Right? Like it honestly didn't even cross my mind until I became educated on this topic.
Exactly. And what's the scary part is that like our skin is our largest organ. So these products that we're putting on our body and on our lips, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's going into our bloodstream.
Right, it goes directly into
your bloodstream. So it's just as important to focus on the ingredients that we put on our bodies as it is the food that we eat.
And this really affects men and women, children. I mean, everybody. This isn't just a women's issue. This isn't just makeup. We're talking about lotions, body washes, hairsprays, shampoos, sunscreens, like all of the above.
Exactly.
Nail polish, like anything that you're putting on your skin is affecting you in some capacity, right?
Right.
And so they're saying there's like more than 80,000 chemicals on the market today, and most of those don't have any testing or safety data, right?
Exactly. And I know not all chemicals are bad, right? There's plenty of chemicals that are fine, but there's a lot of toxic chemicals out there, and I think sifting through all that is very overwhelming for people. And so we want to just try to help raise awareness for this, and we're going to give you some simple tips today of things that you could do on your own to start looking at some of the products that are in your house.
And really, you may wonder, well, what can happen to me, if I continue to use these toxic ingredients? Like, who cares? Like, what are the what are the side effects? Like, what really can happen to me? Well, there are quite a few. There's like neurological damage that can happen, and there's endocrine disruptors, which can be an issue.
Well, there's ingredients that mimic estrogen in the body and can cause excess estrogen.
There's a lot of fertility issues that have been linked to cosmetics, and sperm issues in men.
Yes.
Allergies, rashes. There have been links to cancer. Like, there are so many effects caused by these harmful ingredients.
Right.
And we're not trying to scare you.
No.
We really just want to educate you.
And empower you to start looking at the products in your house, in your bathroom. And now that it's just the timing wise, the weather's getting warmer and people are taking vacations to warmer climates, and one of the main main products that we all use is sunscreen.
Mm-hmm.
And we can dive into that a little bit too, because as much as we do need to protect ourselves from the sun, there's also lots of benefits with vitamin D. And so putting on too much sunscreen all the time, and then sunscreen that contains harmful chemicals
Can be worse. Right?
Exactly.
So we're not telling you not to use sunscreen at all, but you should pay attention to the sunscreen that you are using and look at the ingredients in it to make sure that you're using less toxic or toxic free or safer.
Yes.
Sunscreen. I like that word, safer.
Yeah.
And again, but you do need the vitamin D, so there's that balance. And I am a fairer skinned person naturally, and I found when I was a kid I used to like just fry. I mean, I used to get so burned, which is so bad for me. But as I've become older and my diet is a lot healthier, I've noticed that I really don't burn anymore. And I do wear sunscreen, but I don't wear sunscreen like I don't feel like I'm like crazy with sunscreen.
Mm-hmm.
I put it on if I'm going to be outside and or outside for an extended period of time, or if I'm in an area where it's going to be, like in Mexico or somewhere where it's like a burning hot sun. But if I'm just like running errands and stuff, I may have sunscreen on my face, but I'm not, wearing sunscreen all over my body.
And I'm the same way. And, I've even read a little bit, and again, I don't have a study to back this up, but just your diet can also impact your skin's ability.
Your protection,
Your
right?
protection. So eating a lot of heart-healthy fats and greens and vegetables and just consuming less of the more inflammatory fats and processed foods can also play a role. So if that's good for your body anyway, another benefit could maybe the sun protection as well.
And we're not saying not to use sunscreen.
No.
Because absolutely use sunscreen.
Yes.
But think about the sunscreen you're using. Choose a safer brand.
Exactly.
Know how to read the ingredient labels in a product.
So how can you do that? So, I mean, the ingredient labels on all personal care products, I mean, I look at them now, even with some education, and I'm like, God, they all look like chemicals to me. So what do these mean, and which ones or should I avoid?
So, and there are some apps out there. We both really like the EWG app, which is the Environmental Working Group. And there's also another app called Think Dirty, and you can download those right on your phone, and you can actually take a photo of the barcode on your product, and it'll give you a rating and tell you, is it a safe product? Is it, in the red, which typically means not to use, or is it kind of a middle of the road safe?
Right. And it'll tell you kind of what ingredients or type of ingredients. Is it a fragrance, or is it
yes
that you should be that's potentially harmful?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So I one day went crazy and just went through everything in my bathroom that I could find a barcode on, or take a picture of and have it show up, and I basically threw away all the products in the red. Mm-hmm. And I'm not suggesting that you should go do that, but you could make it a goal to maybe get rid of one product and replace it with something safer,
right,
or cleaner. You can even do it. You take your phone to Target and use the app at Target and look at the different products. Just because a product is safer or cleaner doesn't mean it's more expensive.
Exactly. And there's so many brands out there that are popping up too,
Mm-hmm.
and going to local co-ops where there's actually just local, very small brands that are selling just a couple
yes.
of new products, and you can read on there. I mean, it's like coconut oil and essential oils and just very simple ingredients that you can pronounce too. Even I think some of the local small brands are.
And there are a ton of them,
yeah.
And I love supporting those local brands.
Right, exactly. So like Marnie said, I think our advice is to start small, go through your personal care products, and decide which ones you want to upgrade, and maybe even identify the replacement product before they run out, so that you don't default to just replacing it with the product you had because you're in a pinch and you need it, and you don't have any idea what what new brand that you want to purchase.
And sometimes it may take a few tries. Like I'm always trying new brands because I like products and I like trying new brands.
I know, we're like product junkies over here.
So like for mascara, for instance, I like makeup and I'm not planning to stop wearing makeup.
Right.
So I've tried maybe 5 different mascaras before I've kind of landed on my favorite, which is Pacifica brand mascara.
I think deodorant is another one that's really personal for people. I mean, really personal.
Yep.
Because no one wants to sweat, you know, if you're a sweater or not a sweater. And it took me like 5 different brands.
Yep.
I still experiment with new brands, but I've gone through a lot.
Yes, I totally agree. And I was telling Stephanie earlier today, I finally got my son to use clean deodorant after explaining to him that, you know, this can affect your sperm count and it could affect you later in life. And if you can make this simple change, I'm like, just try it for a week.
Right.
Do all your normal stuff. I know you like whatever you're using, but try it for a week. If you don't like it, we'll try a different one. But he likes it.
Yeah.
So we're all good.
Yes. And you showed him the app. That's how you got him to make a change, is because you...
I showed him the app. I showed him what the app said about the deodorant he was using. So it wasn't just coming from mom. And that worked out really well.
Yes.
So
that kind of leads to, we want to talk a little bit about an upcoming workshop that we're going to have on this topic, because we know how overwhelming it is. And we're going to offer this on Wednesday, April 22nd.
Which is also Earth Day. Yes. So I love that we're doing it on Earth Day.
Absolutely. And we're going to offer it in person and online. So regardless of where you live in the world, if you're in Minneapolis, you could come and attend. It'll be 9 o'clock Central Time at Modern Well, which is in Minneapolis. But we're also going to record it, so you will have full access to the entire workshop, including the materials. Regardless of where you live, if you can't make it in person that day, or if you live anywhere else.
So basically you have 3 options to attend the workshop. You can come in person, you can sign on live to the workshop, even if you're somewhere else in the world, or you can just purchase the recording of the workshop.
Yes.
We're super excited about it. It's April 22nd from 9 to 10:15 Central Time in Minneapolis. And we're really going to be diving a lot deeper into this topic in the workshop. We just kind of scratched the surface of it in this episode. And
we'll talk about like more the chemicals and how those chemicals affect your body a little bit more. We'll also provide like our list. We'll have a list of our favorite safe and clean brands that we'll share with you. The other thing too is between now and then, go through your personal care products, and if you have a couple that you've noted you want to upgrade because you looked at the app and you saw that maybe there were some harmful ingredients in there, either bring those with you or have them available, and you can message us during the workshop, and we can help you find some good options that you can try.
And we'll give you, I think you mentioned
give you the list
we'll
too,
give you a list also of brands that we love and products we love, because between the two of us, we've tried a ton of different products. And we really just want to give you the tools to be able to look at the ingredient list, understand how to pick cleaner products, safer products, and feel good about what you're putting on your body.
Right, for you and your family.
For you and your family, exactly. And as we go into spring and summer, really using those sunscreens that are going to be safer.
Exactly.
So if you want to sign up for the workshop, you can find that at online at theartoflivingwell.us
/programs.
Thank you. And
and just message us if you have any questions.
And happy April Fool's Day.
All right, spring is here, and that means it's time to spring clean our health. And Marnie, let's talk a little bit about our upcoming 7-day liver detox.
So we are running these community liver detoxes every season. We did one in January, and it went great. We had a nice big community with us. And Stephanie and I have been doing these detoxes for a while now, just trying to kind of remove that toxic load from our liver. And we both feel pretty awesome after we do them.
Absolutely. And everyone that's done one with us, and we've coached numerous people through this, everyone feels amazing. It doesn't honestly matter how clean you eat. You know, Marnie and I eat pretty well, but inevitably there's toxins that get into our body, and we end up going through periods where we're drinking more and eating more sugar or processed foods. And this is just a great way to cleanse it all out.
Absolutely. And also, if you suffer from like digestive issues or low energy, or you have those intense cravings for sugar or salty foods, or even like
joint pain,
bloating and joint pain, or brain fog, this detox can really kind of jumpstart you and get you on your way to starting to remove some of those symptoms.
Absolutely. And I think that's what people say so often. It's such a great reset.
Yes, and a jump start onto a nice spring path, right?
Exactly. And I think with every season, that's always a good time to jumpstart your health. So let's talk a little bit about what they're going to get, what this program is going to provide them. I mean, there's going to be accountability and coaching, a private group.
You're going to get this awesome recipe book with recipes specific to the detox and daily emails that are really going to help you focus on your mindset and your self-care and
really like learning to tune into your body and understand how your body feels when you eat certain foods and when you remove certain foods. So
we're running this workshop, detox, April 5th through April 11th. It's a 7-day detox. And if you don't want to or can't join the community portion of it, you can do it at any time.
And head on over to our website, which is theartoflivingwell.us/programs for more information.
And you can also listen to our episode 16 of the Art of Living Well podcast and hear Dr. Stephen Cabral talk a little bit more about why it's good to detox.
Yes. Hope you join us.
Thank you so much for listening to the Art of Living Well podcast. We are so grateful that you joined us today.
If you enjoyed this episode, please share it with a friend or anyone else you think may benefit from this information. We'd love for you to subscribe to our podcast, leave us a review, and tag the Art of Living Well podcast on social media.
If you want more inspiration in between episodes, you can find us on social media at theartofliving_well on Instagram and Facebook, where we will share snippets from our daily lives and our journey to living well.